Hey book lovers, Tabitha here. Have you heard the news? We are opening the Usborne Vault and bringing back some amazing book treasures that have been retired, some of them for many years. So you probably haven't seen a lot of them. I happen to have some of them in my own personal library. It's what happens when you're a book boss for 14 years. You end up with some oldies but goodies. So I'm going to show them to you to help you decide, and I might even try to persuade you on a few of them that I would really love to see come back in January. In fact, I'm going to start out with my top picks, and that is any of the books that have the claymation model pictures. And I believe there are 3 different options on the vault list. I encourage you to bring all of them back, vote for all of them. One of my all-time favorite series ever is the Usborne Look and Say series. My children loved these books and they learned so much from them. They were so great at helping to build their vocabulary. So first of all, children love the claymation models. It's like real life, that 3D quality, but really child-friendly. And this is such a great picture word book series because it's not overwhelming. It's just a handful of words with their picture, and then they find those pictures in the scene on the opposite page. So the Look and Say books, I believe, are all one book. It's going to be school or one set or something, school, home, and there's another one on the list. So amazing. Please, please vote for that one. Okay, another claymation series is one that was hugely popular, and I know I speak for many book bosses out there. Please bring back Jobs People Do. So on the list is Jobs People Do. It is a combined volume. It includes all of these amazing stories, plus Sam the Chef, Frank the Farmer, Daisy the Doctor, maybe one more, I can't really remember. My kids loved these so much as well. Again, that same claymation model feature of the illustrations, and the stories are just so good, so child-friendly in really teaching about these different professions. Oh my goodness, so amazing. It will become one of your favorites, trust me. Now, I don't have these books, but the other claymation list on there is First Picture ABC and First Picture 1, 2, 3. Please bring those back. The First Picture books were among my absolute favorites. I have many others in that series, but I don't have ABC and 1, 2, 3, and I want to get those for my baby who's 1. Okay, so some other books that are also great that I want to give you a peek inside. My Town and My Street are so unique and fun. So this is Ted and this is his friend Josie, and they introduce you to their town and their street. So there's Ted's town and the key to his town, and you just get a tour through the town. This is where Ted lives in an apartment, and his friend Josie lives in a suburb, in a house, which is all about My Street. And Ted takes you on a tour through his town, giving a peek inside kind of what people do, what you'll find there, where they shop, how they find entertainment, how they get around, where they work. So much fun. Kids love, it's kind of like they get to go travel and discover a new place through those books. Don't Tell Lies, Lucy, A Cautionary Tale was a very popular and super fun book about Lucy who loved to tell lies. And she, you know, when you tell lies all the time, you think everyone else does too. So even though she didn't listen to anyone telling her to stop telling lies, she then was told that a giant wave was coming, but she didn't believe him. She thought that her dad was lying. And so she got swept away on that giant wave. Lesson learned, don't tell lies or you too might get swept away by a giant wave. Such a great way to really instill that life lesson with children. 365 Things to Draw and Paint is just an awesome book for the art enthusiast. A great addition to any home library. It is just chock full of such a great variety of art projects to paint and to draw. Great for different interests, great for different ages and different skill levels as well. And you're probably familiar with our See Inside books. We have so many great treasures in that series. Such a great way to discover things like something as big as the universe, that it might be hard for a child to wrap their head around such a giant concept. A See Inside book is a great way to get a visual understanding of that concept. See Inside Math was always one of my favorites. I sold these like crazy. It is a really great way to teach different math concepts through fun hands-on learning with these fun little monster characters and some games and of course flaps throughout, and also like some related, oh wait, I gotta show you this page where they actually unfold a cube and fold it up, and what a great way for them to understand what a cube is and the sides and the area and just figuring out all that math with that. Here they are at a grocery store being asked several questions throughout with the answers behind the flaps. Really a great way for kids to practice those math skills that are so important. Max and Millie series was very popular and is such an adorable series about Max and Millie, who are friends. We love the diversity of the book. We love of the series. We love the friendship of the series and the great life lessons. So each book is a different sort of like life skill or life experience that children will most likely encounter in that young age. And these books help them to get through that or to learn that. So usually in one of them, either Max or Millie or both of them struggle with either that skill or that life experience, and they really help each other or they get through it together. It is such a great series. I'd love to see those come back as well. And really fun, unique series, Detective's Handbook and Spy Handbook, which they look a little different. This is very old and loved. My son loved this series. It is really giving you an inside vantage point of what it's like to be a detective. Like, they will really learn all about the detective world. They will learn about the crooks. They will learn about investigating. They will learn about crime scenes. They will learn about crimes. It is really interesting and super fun. And I love the kind of graphic novel appeal to the layout of that book. Okay, we also have an amazing treasure. This is like the book that's in the vault. It's Big Playbook, musical playbook, I believe it's called, but really essentially the same with the really fun, happy music, the vibrant, joyful colors and illustrations, lots of cutouts and grooves and touchy-feely and flaps. Like, oh my goodness, this is the best of the book world all wrapped up in one book to really instill that initial love for books and diving in and really engaging in a book. My 1-year-old is so loving on this book, as you can tell. I would love to see that book come back for all babies. And finally, we have a couple great cookbooks in the vault. And these were definitely my favorites whenever they were available. Children's World Cookbook takes you around the world to different countries, to different regions, introducing you to different food cultures and giving a recipe to go with that food culture. It is just full of so much culture knowledge and cooking information and a great stash of unique recipes as well. That was a huge favorite with my customers. And finally, First Cookbook has always been one of my favorite cookbooks. I love the spiral hardcover. I love all of the basic cooking skills information in here and the great recipes. This is like the greatest crepes recipe, but mostly I love those illustrations with all the little chefs doing the action that step calls for with that recipe. What a great way to teach children what those actions mean with something that's new to them, like cooking. I know, it's a tough choice. Good luck. Don't forget about those claymation books. Vote for all of them. You can vote as many times as you want through the 20th. Cannot wait to see which ones win in January. Happy voting.